to ensure that the crime is extremely well planned and a lot of attention is paid to recce's, all of which is being observed by the cameras. Let's take a few high-profile cases. The Pathankot attack. The route that the terrorists took had 11 petrol pumps. 7 or 8 of them had cameras, yet nobody observed. Now you will agree with me that when somebody is coming to attack an airbase, nobody is going to do this without sufficient amount of planning, dumping of equipment and so on and so forth. And as you all know, cameras are also watching the roads, but nobody observed. Take the case of our textiles minister, Mrs. Irani. She went to a store and observed that the camera should not have been looking into the changing room. So the camera was not at fault. The position of the camera was changed. Just the angle of the camera was changed. And this went on for 1 year. So nobody was monitoring or checking, looking at what the camera saw. Take the case of the corporate espionage case in Delhi. What did they do? Even simpler. They just bribed the CCTV operators. So every time they came to steal the secrets, the cameras were shut off. They copied, went away, cameras were put on again. We see this every day. In Mumbai a few days ago, school bus helper molested a 3-year-old. After the molestation, when the police was going through the footage, they realized that his behavior was odd. My question is, if they could do it after, why couldn't the school do it before and could have prevented an incident like this? So one of the issues that this industry and users both, in my opinion, don't take care of is the angle of human analytics. Combine video analytics and human analytics together and see the difference. Go back to the basics. Over-dependence on technology will not work because we all know that analytics also come with a lot of false alerts, and more often than not these alerts are then put out. Think about the man behind the gun concept. Finally, it is the human mind and the human brain and the human eyes that can decide what is right and what is wrong. So what is it that needs to be done? We see cameras around us all over, and every time there is something wrong, you'll see, oh, we need to add more cameras. I'm propagating only 3 things. Audit your video feeds daily. There are solutions today available that will allow you to very easily see 24 hours of video in as little as 24 minutes. You get an overall sense of what's happening. Why would you not do it? Backup smartly. The problem with our backup systems is we only think about the quantity. We think about the time. Oh, we back up for 1 year. Find it for me. It is not about time. It is about relevance. It is about quality. Anything that you back up must be easily available as well. And standardize incident reporting in the world. Incidents do not differ by geography. I made a presentation to Interpol a year and a half ago, where I said to them that an incident, a criminal incident in India is no different from a criminal incident in the UK or the US. So what if you could have an incident report that's standardized and that can start delivering intelligence to you out of historical data? Everybody speaks the same language. In some states, cameras have become compulsory in India. Whether they should be working or not is a separate issue. That's the irony. Along with cameras, make auditing compulsory. This would be my request. Give citizens the tools. Governments world over, not just India. But world over, governments must get involved. Governments must give tools to citizens. Governments must give incentives to citizens to audit the video. Because the camera is capturing so much rich information and we are losing that information. City surveillance. Should we make a fundamental change in our thinking for city surveillance? Have you ever thought about the fact that you put in 5,000-6,000 cameras, but are your people actually able to watch live? Does it register? There is something called video blindness. A man or a woman becomes 45% video blind in 12 minutes and 90% video blind in 22 minutes. Just bring in the angle of auditing, which is a very dedicated process. Take a look around. All our scams, for example, have been found out of an auditing process. So even if it is a post-event activity, it is a very dedicated activity that delivers results. 6,000 cameras were put into Mumbai after 8 years of the Taj attack. But are 6,000 enough for a city like Mumbai? And will governments always be able to provide cameras and such kind of infrastructure to a city? It's not going to be possible. So crowdsourcing is important. Delhi, for example, or Mumbai, for example, already has maybe 1 million cameras. Just use them. If everyone starts auditing, you have so many more eyes for the police. So you have community policing. I'm very happy to announce that Larsen & Toubro has already decided to add our technology, which I'll just speak in the next few slides, to its various city surveillance projects. So you'll see that happening very soon. So a CCTV video feed is like a movie. It goes on 24/7 by 365. But if you shut your eyes, can you see a movie? You can't. So just audit. See what the camera saw. Make it a culture. Make it a standard operating procedure. And you'll discover amazing things. So let's go to something fundamental. Why doesn't anybody audit? Couple of reasons. One is, it's very difficult. How do you audit 24 hours of video? Just make it easy and people will start auditing. Nobody has thought about it. And remember that even though auditing is a manual process, it doesn't matter. It delivers results. Yesterday I had a very interesting meeting on the flight with Mr. Rudy. And I proposed to him that why don't we create an entire new breed of professionals, young men, young women, who may not have had an opportunity in life to study. Why can't they become CCTV security auditors? You'll have people who are gainfully employed, people will start watching, and the country gets benefit besides the fact that it's a huge job opportunity. A few weeks ago, the Delhi police put out this advertisement asking for help from people saying that you are our eyes and ears. So the police actually wants people to get involved. So what is the solution? And we are showing it here. We are the world's first company to have built this software, which is the first CCTV auditing, smart backup and incident reporting system. We are a software that works with your existing cameras. We sit as a layer on any video feed, whether it's coming from a UAV, whether it's coming from body-worn cameras, just bring in the video feed and we do the rest. And we work with all types of cameras. We deliver the three most important outcomes out of any video surveillance activity. One, crime and loss prevention, improvement of processes in sales, and faster solving of crime. Benefits for the police. And whoever's from the police forces can please read this little paper which is on your table. Policing may be a state subject in India, but crime and criminals are common across. Tools must be common as well for the police to increase their efficiency. From law and order issues to traffic and prison management to quick sharing of information to bomb blast cases to chain snatching, this software will help them in their day-to-day activities as well. The general benefits of auditing video, from climate change to agriculture, if your cameras are watching, wherever there is video, start auditing. Finally, take a look at non-standardization even in video surveillance signage. Just Google it and see how many different kinds of signs you get. Instead of this sign, why don't we adopt this sign? Simple. We check CCTV every day. The entire nation should have only one sign. Because this is the powerful message that you want to send across. You don't want to send across a message that you are under surveillance. You want to send across a message that we check what we've seen. This is one slide, and I'll show it to you when you come to our booth, about the Bangladesh attack. The Bangladesh police released a video on their Facebook page, and when we ran the video through our software, we were able to find 3 more suspects, the guys in the maroon color circles. We were able to find them because we were able to work with that video far more easier than perhaps what they were able to. Finally, as a social responsibility, our company has decided to give this software for free to all places of worship world over. So any one of you who may know any place of worship that needs to have this technology, and we've seen this attack happen in Paris as well a few weeks ago at a church, we'd be very happy to help. This software is completely made in India, and when I get to ask, when people ask me about the cost, I said, all right, either you take a call, either you pay the cost, you pay the price, you have to decide what you want to do. So in conclusion, thank you very much for listening to me patiently. Please come and take a look, and we'll be very happy to show you this software. Thank you.